different demographics. Now here's what that basically means. Are seniors going to be motivated by the same headline that 30-year-olds are? No. Is someone that's wealthy going to be motivated by the same as someone that's, let's say, middle income? No. So there's all these different demographics, right? So we have more than one strategy, but we're going to focus on. But here's the headlines that Tom Ferry is espousing here. Number one, have all your friends move away. Now, how compelling is that? I have a question for your headline. No, I look at that, have all your friends moved away. That's like, what are you trying to tell me? Right? I mean, that's kind of offensive.
Home Alone?
Are you tired of dusty and empty rooms? Now, here's my point to the Tom Ferry marketing headlines. Now, I'm going to speed through this. They're weak, number one. But number two is, what is the implied intellectual value of these headlines? Not much, right? Now compare those to the right. Would you be interested in learning how you can retire without saving money? What percentage of people do you think are interested in that?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how long your 401k or IRA will last? Would you be interested in learning how you can triple your 401k retirement income? Did you know real estate can triple in 20 years? You can triple the amount of retirement income that someone can in a 401k or IRA. Now think about market opportunity. 90% of the people are moving toward the path of the IRA or 401k, and you have a product and the ability to outperform it by 300%. You can triple it. All you got to do is show them. What percentage of the people are going to choose that path? Answer is all of them. When I do my consultations, 100% of the people choose the path of real estate. Let me show you why. All right, we're going to do a quick little demonstration here for you, okay? All right. Now, I'd like to share with you, here's another thing I've been right. This is about belief systems. It's about two things, belief and the power of need. What I realized in this is that, why do the realtors all believe that they have to prospect and chase the 3 or 4%? Why do the consumers all believe that they have to save their way to financial security? The answer to both those questions is the same. Here's what the answer is. Because they believe it because it's what they see. But people used to believe the world was flat. Why did they believe it was flat? Because it looks flat when you walk outside. Does the world look curved when you walk outside? No, it looks flat, right? But here's my point, is our life, there's nothing more powerful than what you believe. That's what I believe this whole journey that I'm on is biblical. I'm going to change your belief systems right now. I'm going to show you how you can quickly and easily radically change someone's belief systems. Here's the difference. Everybody's been trained to believe in linear wealth growth. Let me show you what linear wealth growth is. Let's say these red tokens, these poker chips here, represent your money. You put $1 in the bank. The bank's going to pay you a whopping 1%. So you make 1 cent, right? This is linear. It's a straight line. It's your money only getting paid one time on your money, right? Low return. People go, that sucks. Financial planner says, I can beat that. So if we go, here's your $1, and you put this $1 into the stock market. In the stock market, let's say it gets you 8%. So here's 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, so now 8%, this stack's way better, right? Way better. You know, you can see it. But it's still linear. It's still just one at a time on your money. That's why nobody gets super wealthy through linear wealth growth. They get wealthy through exponential wealth growth. And what exponential means is you're making money all different kinds of ways. I'm going to show you the difference with real estate. Let's say you have your same $1 and you buy, you buy a $10 property. $1 is 10% down, we get 2, 4, 6, 8. One more. $9 from the bank. All right, now, the bank loans you 9. What we just did is, we just magnified your $1 10 times, right? Now, before I go any further, where do you think you're gonna make more money? On a $1 asset or a $10 asset?
$10.
It's a no-brainer, right? But why does everybody right here then? Because you guys are a conspiracy to oppress the people. All right, let me show you the answer. Okay, we said stock market it went up 8%. Now I'm sharing. Last summer there was an article in Money Magazine. I'm not making this stuff up. It's hard to believe. But Money Magazine said that the question was of the article, is it better to invest in stocks or real estate? Over the last 50 years, the stock market has gone 8%. Nationally, real estate 5%. State of California 7.3, but we're going to use the national number. 8's bigger than 5, therefore it's better to invest in stocks, right? That's what Money Magazine said. Did any realtors argue the point? No, said, well, Money Magazine must know what they're talking about. So, it said stocks are better than real estate, I better sell houses like refrigerators. Because there is no real investment value, right? Everybody believes that. All the financial planners believe it, all the realtors believe it. But let me show you how not right that is. Okay, here's 10. So 5% on $10, 5% of $10 is 50, right? So here's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now, in my presentation, what I go over is that, and we have a marketing piece that talks about this, there are 5 economic benefits to real estate. Now here's what that means. You are making money 5 different ways. Okay, we just covered 2. Your $1 got magnified 10 times with leverage. First economic benefit, right? So we magnified your $1 10 times. Second economic benefit is appreciation. Residential realtors only talk about appreciation. Money Magazine only talked about appreciation. But that's only one of the 5. So now we have 2. All right, here are the other economic benefits. Every time you make a mortgage payment, about 1/3 of your mortgage payment is principal reduction. So I'm going to throw on here 4 more. Okay, so that's third economic benefit. We also have tax write-offs. And by the way, the Tax Reform Act magnified the write-offs on investment real estate dramatically. The advantage, real estate already had a huge advantage over every other asset class for tax write-offs. It got magnified significantly more. When you guys do your tax returns next year, you're not going to believe the write-offs you have as agents. How many of you here know what happened? Does anybody know? You get 20% tax-free. You know why? Because you are a realtor. Nobody else gets it. Nobody else. I can't tell you how many people I know in different sales industries that have said, you know, this really is not right. But you know why the realtors got it? NAR, politics. NAR twisted the arm, you know, of the Congress and said, hey, you guys are going to make these changes. You know, we're not going to get behind it unless you give us something. So realtors, property managers, real estate developers, and real estate investors got 20% of their income tax-free. Okay. All right. So we got the tax benefits. We got the principal pay down, and you have rental cash flow. Let's put this on here. So we add all of this up. You know what your return is? Over 60%. Now, I want you to imagine all the client consultations that I'm doing. And I say, okay, you can go with your financial planner and be over here, or you go this way. Guess how many have chosen this way?
7%.
None. Who in their right mind is going to choose this, right? None. Here's my point. In showing this little demonstration, am I selling you or just teaching you? Teaching. It's 100% education. Here's what's awesome. What's awesome is that you've got 50 to 60% of the people that need your help, that need your service. And I mean need. You are their only hope to financial security. Now wrap your mind around that. Say that. I am their only hope to financial security. That is the honest to God truth. You are their only hope.
I thought that was Obi-Wan Kenobi. You gotta get Star Wars.
So it comes down to but you have to know. You have to start this conversation, right? The return is, it's not close. Now, in our marketing pieces, you're gonna see, here's the process. I want you to look at this Why Buy Real Estate flyer, okay? We have a few of these strategies. And I'm giving you, like I said, the abbreviated version, all right? How we're going through this. By the way, the consumer presentation, do we have that testimonial video from the consumer presentation that we did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, when we get done with this, I'm going to show you this, okay? Cynthia marketed our How to Retire Without Saving Money event, and we got quite a few clients over to the King Hotel, and we did this consumer presentation. I want you to see the videos. When the consumers says, what is so awesome to me is to see the happiness, the excitement, because now they know a path, a formula of how they can become financially secure and bring a legacy of wealth to their children. And they have absolute clarity. You can do things, some things, what we can do in real estate, the stock market cannot do. Since I'm doing a little better on my time, here, what did I do with my thing? Real quick, I'm going to do my next clicker. Oh, I want to show you something. I want to show you something that's really important. I'm going to move forward. Okay, we talked about all this.
This is just the 2 slides. You want the other presentation?
Oh yeah, I wanted to show that.
Sure.
I'm going to show you the history of rentals and the income. Because there's some things that we can do that no other interests you. But just while she's doing that, here's the point. All right, we're in 2018, right? So let's say we're doing a plan for someone. Let's say the next 20 to 25 years. So let's go forward 25 years. Who can tell me what Amazon's stock value is going to be 25 years? Or Google, Facebook, Coca-Cola, or any of the others? No one, right? Can't forecast it. Impossible to forecast it. Because we can't forecast that, it's really difficult to know where we're going to be. Now, let's talk about real estate. Can we predict what real estate prices are going to be with better accuracy? Maybe a little bit better accuracy, but I can't conclusively say, okay, here's where prices are going to be in 25 years. Right? It goes like this, right? But here's what we can do, and why we can do a financial plan and a forecast at a level that financial planners cannot. Retirement and financial security is about non-employment income. If you have no non-employment income, you can't retire, right?
Correct.
So we need to create non-employment income, which means, and here's the reason, and I'm going to tell you, the words you choose are important. When you say passive income to Joe Average, they don't understand passive income. When you say investment income, they're like, I'm not rich, I'll never have investment income. When you say we need non-employment income, they start scratching their head going, yeah, that'd be nice. How do I do that? I'm telling you, the words matter. The words are huge. Would you like to create non-employment income? Hell yes. How do I do that? Okay, let's sit on top. I got the plan, I'm gonna show you. See, here's what's amazing about real estate, is rental income has been growing between 4 and 5% in California. And the farthest I could find was on the US Census. It goes back to 1942. Now, if rental income has been going up 4 to 5% since 1942, so basically the past 80 years, is that a pretty safe measure? Mm-hmm. What stock has been going up 4 to 5% for 80 years? Answer is none. None. None in the history. But here's my point. Because of that, we can do a financial plan and a forecasting plan for financial security, because retirement's about 2 numbers. How much is going out and how much is coming in, right?
Yep.
It's not rocket science. How much you have going out? I got 5,000 a month. How much you got coming in? Well, I ain't got none, right? Well, we need to get this non-employment income plan. Your expenses are 5,000, we gotta get at least 5,000, right? I'm gonna show you how we can do that. We have the ability to do a plan that no other industry can. And let me show you, I think this is the whole presentation here.
Is this the slide you want?
No, I want the rental slide. Pull the history of rents, okay. Okay, there we go, okay. This is the history of rents in California. Now, look at the chart of rents. It looks like this all the way back to the 1940s. No stock has this kind of stability. But here's what we learned in 2008, 2009. Let's say you had $1 million in the stock market. Okay, $1 million in the stock market, and you're retired living on that $1 million. Stock market collapses and drops to $500,000. Boom. Guess what happened to your retirement income? It went down in half right with it, okay? But let's say you had a fourplex worth $1 million, and let's say the real estate market tanks, the whole economy tanks. And that also nobody's buying real estate. And that $1 million asset now, you can only sell for, let's say, $550,000, $600,000. Guess what happened to rents?
Stays the same.
Stay the same?
Either they stayed the same or they went up.
They go up.
In 2008, if you look, they actually went up. Demand for rents went up. Here's my point, is that when real estate has so many advantages over every other asset, but here's one of the biggest ones, is real estate is the only asset that operates on two separate supply and demand components. Supply and demand dictates pricing. If the demand for buying real estate drops, then prices come down. But what do you think the chances are that people are going to stop moving to Southern California? Not going to happen. People have been moving to California from all over the country and now all over the world for over 100 years, right? So rental income, the reason the stability, we have this stability dating back 80 years, and the truth is it dates back to probably the 1880s, is because people keep coming here, so the supply and demand component for rental housing is at a level that no other investment has. And retirement is not about the value of your asset in real estate. It is in every other class. In every other investment, it's 100% about the value of the asset. It's not in real estate. It's about the demand for rental housing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's my point to this. Okay, first off, first critical point is you can bring a reliability, a stability with, because of the separate supply and demand component, we can do projections that are tied to this that nobody else can do. All right, huge, huge advantage. But you look at this, how many times have you heard a buyer say, God, I'm really afraid prices are gonna go down? Prices are high, right? God, I hate to buy, what if they come down? The truth of the matter is the price of the properties is not that critical, not in the scheme of their life. Because I ask, you know, and here's what when I hear that, here's what I ask the client. Let's say you bought a property for 600 grand. And hypothetically, a year later, it went down to 500,000. How much was your life adversely affected?
0.
Zero, not, right? Not about that. Here's what it's about, is how much passive income or non-employment income that you have to pay your bills. We need to get to this as soon as possible, okay? All right, so I want you to understand some of those dynamics. You have a product. You cannot lose. You just have to learn how to tell the story. All right, look at this why buy real estate. Now, let's go back to that open house scenario, okay? Person comes into your open house. And you say, hi, welcome to my open house. What brings you out? So far it sounds the same, right? Oh, well, we're thinking about buying, but we're just wanting to look around, check prices. Okay, great. Let me ask you a question. Why do you want to buy real estate? How many realtors do you think really ask that, to drill down into why? They don't ask. You know why? They shift into order taker mode. They don't care why. All they care about is what do you want, so I can deliver the order, right? That's the truth, right? But no, ask them why. Because here's the interesting part. When you say, well, why do you really want to buy real estate? Now, here's what happens. I love the head turns. The brain goes, what the heck just happened, right? And so they go, okay, well, you know, I'm renting right now, and, you know, we'd like to set some roots down. We think owning a house would probably be a good thing, right? You know, isn't that the American dream? Well, yeah, but let me tell you why I asked you the question. Most people don't really know why to buy real estate. That's the truth. Most people think there's two reasons to buy real estate. One, they'd say shelter. But you don't need to buy a house to get shelter. You can rent, right? Here's my point. There's only one reason to buy real estate, and it's financial. But people don't understand the financial benefits of real estate. Let me show you what they are. Now, this marketing piece is a flyer, but this flyer is not designed for you to throw all over town. The flyer is not really designed for consumers. You know what the flyer is designed for? You, for your presentation, okay? Now, here's the sales process. Number one we said was headline, right? So what was our headline in this conversation? Why do you want to buy real estate? That's the headline. The headline gets their attention. If you can't get their attention, you can't get into a conversation. And if you can't get into a conversation, what can you sell them?
Nada.
Nothing. So you have to have the headline. So what my point is what I want you to understand is selling, everything's a system. So I want you to, right now what we're focusing on now is I want you to master the selling system. It's the headline. Now it's the conversation. The flyer's your conversation. See where it says that? So let's play out the conversation at the open house. Well, you know, there's 5 economic benefits to real estate. Most people don't know that. In fact, 99% of the realtors don't know that. Let me show you what these 5 economic benefits mean in dollars and cents to you. Now, real estate has an advantage over every other asset. I call it the secret sauce to real estate. Here's the secret sauce. And by the way, and tell you where I got that. Is anybody watch Shark Tank?
Yes.
Okay. Well, on Shark Tank, when the sharks are looking at a business proposal, you know what they all ask? The sharks always ask, what's your secret sauce? Now here's what the definition of secret sauce is. What does your business do that your competitors not only don't do, but can't do? What advantage do you have that is unbeatable? Okay. Here is the unbeatable advantage that real estate has. And what's mind-blowing is I'm telling you, 99 and 9/10 of the realtors do not know the secret sauce to real estate. Here's what the secret sauce to real estate is. It's the utility value. Okay, here's what utility value means. It means you can use it. You go buy $100,000 worth of stock, they give you stock certificates. What can you use those stock certificates for? Just wallpaper, right? That's it. It has no utility. But you buy a property, now you have land, you have a structure. So the land and the structure is the equivalent of the stock certificate. But here's the difference. You can use that land and that structure, right? And meaning you can rent it. Now, here's the next big difference in renting is that the big difference is that when we rent a property, here's the reality. And we talk about this, right? The exponential wealth growth. Here's how you get exponential wealth growth. You become a business owner. When you have a rental, you have a business. And there's a huge advantage to that. Because look at hotels. Hotels are businesses, right? What do hotels rent? Bedrooms, ballrooms. When you have a rental, what do you rent? Bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens. Who's your customer?
The tenant.
The tenant, right? So that's the big advantage. You have a business. Because you have a business, you can get a loan on that business, which creates leverage. Because you have a business, you get tax write-offs. You don't get them over here. Because you have a business, you have a customer. And here's the question I like to teach the consumers. Here's a simple question to find out if you're going to be rich or not. How many people are writing you checks? The brain goes like, what?
Zero.
Nobody writing me checks. I'm an employee. Well, then you're always going to be broke. You want to know the simple question. If nobody's writing you checks, you're going to be broke. With real estate, we have customers. And these customers write us checks, right? Now, how many people do you want writing you checks? A lot. Yeah, as many as possible, right?
A lot.
Now, look at the first column, stock and rent. I got 3 minutes, right? Okay, so look at the stock and rent. All these millennials are renting because they believe that the path to financial security is rent and save money. But look at the first column, $120,000 invested in the stock market at 8%. But because stocks do not have a utility value, they gotta pay rent, right? They gotta live someplace. So let's say they're renting a house for $3,000 a month. In 30 years, their stock's worth $1.2 million. Now, stockbrokers say, hey, that's pretty good, I got you 8% for 30 years. But look what they paid in rent. Rent has been going up over about 4.7. I only use 4. This $2 million is a low number. They paid $2 million. How much money did they make at the bottom?
Zero.
They lost. Financially, they went backwards 800 grand, and they don't know it. Now, second column. Instead, they take that 120 grand, they buy a $600,000 house with 20% down. Look at their mortgage payment, $32.79, that's PITI. We go to the bottom, they have a $2.5 million asset, double the stock market. Now, they paid $1.1 million in mortgage, $90,000 for carpet and paint throughout the years, but they netted $1.3 million. Now, the reality is I only used 5%. The reality is it's more like 7.3%. So that number is actually even bigger, but I'm just using the conservative. The difference between renting and saving and just buying a house is a $2 million swing. How many renters know that? None. How many realtors know that? None. Do you think that's a compelling argument on why someone should buy?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, now let's look at the last section. The last section is, I want you to imagine everybody you know that's a homeowner, okay? Everybody that's a homeowner that's trying to save their way in a 401k or an IRA. They take that same $120,000, they have a $600,000 house, so all at the top, it's all the same numbers. House is worth $2.5 million in 30 years. Their 30-year housing expense is a $1 million. But now they created, because the real estate has utility value, they got $2 million in income that they couldn't get from stocks. Because you can't rent stocks. Because there's no utility. We add the $2 million, we deduct expenses on the property, we net $3 million. $3 million on a rental compared to $1.2 million in stocks. All these people, now keep in mind, remember what I said, what percentage of the people are relying on stocks? 90%. The financial planners are kicking the real estate industry's butt. They have market domination. And you guys are bringing 3 times the wealth growth value at this level. But it's actually more. And you know why it's even more? Because do you need 120 grand to buy a property?
No.
No. You know, I'm gonna close with this, all right? And we can talk about some strategies. We're gonna take a break for lunch, but I'm gonna share with you a simple way to kind of equate this conversation as to why real estate is so mind-blowingly beneficial to people. Getting rich is really about one thing. It's about getting assets, right? The bigger your assets, the richer you're gonna be, right? But the hard part for Joe Average is they gotta save their way there. But what if I told you I could show you how to take $15,000 and acquire $500,000 assets? Would you be interested in learning how you get a $500,000 asset for only 15 grand?
Yes.
Here's how you do it. Is you buy a $500,000 property, 3% down is 15 grand, right? And who do we get to pay it off with? Tenant. So if you got a $500,000 asset with a $485,000 loan, and you got someone else to pay off that $485,000 for you, what was your net cost? 15 grand. But can you guys sell that? How many people do you think are interested in picking up $500,000 assets and getting someone else to pay off 85%, 90%, 95%? How many of them? The answer is everybody. But remember I said the words you use and the conversation you have makes all the difference, right? We need to get you big assets. $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. We need to get you big assets and get someone else to pay it off for you. If we can keep doing that, do you see how you're going to become rich? That's the simple process. All right, let's take a break for lunch.
All right, we usually end on time at 12, but we're gonna have a break for lunch, and whoever wants to stay for the rest of the presentation, how much longer you need it for?
Well, we have a few things for you. We have what we call our Wealth Academy launch package here. Okay, if you want to know how to launch and get this whole process started, we'll go through this launch package with you, okay? Because obviously, the information here and the concept is what we basically covered. The next step is how do you get started, right? You know, and everything is a system. So if you want to go through it, we can all get some lunch and we can do it. And if you know, if you don't.
All right, all right, so thank you.
So